Good day, everybody. I decided to put on my marathon medal. Why not? It was such an achievement. So, good day, good day, good day, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Morning Sip. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and SIP stands for Spirit in Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So, my passion is to support people. Okay, I don't know what's happening in the background right now. I have a sneaky suspicion that Sekou, yes, Sekou is popping on right now. And he got this, he got this crazy background for his show. So let me change that back. And let me change back. Let me see. I don't like the box. I don't like to be boxed in. So I like the full screen. There we go. Yes, yes. Sekou got on his too. So Sekou's going to be popping on at the end of the show. All right. So let's get started. My passion is to support people in transforming their lives. Answer this question, right? I've been asking this question for a couple of months now. Are you ready? It's now the time for you to start living life in joy. Is it time for you to start being your passion? Is it time for you to live life fully alive instead of living life half dead? Because some people are living life half dead and not fully alive. So if your answer is yes, it's time, Red Melissa, it's time. Reach out to me. If your answer is no, reach out to me. If your answer is I don't know what to do, reach out to me. Reach out to me, and we can set up some time to just go through what's up for you. You know, what's keeping you stuck? Where do you want to move to? We'll explore all of those things. And you can do so by sending me a direct message through Instagram or Facebook at I am Rev Melissa. Because I'm here to support you. And my passion and my mission is to give inspiration through spiritual life coaching, preaching, and teaching that ignites the divine spark within you to live life in joy, connected to your yes. This is my ministry of joy. And I am so, so excited because I want to count down, y'all, to 2024. I have to admit, I am on countdown. So good day, everyone. Good day, Imaja, for joining me on Instagram. I now live my life in full expression. I know that's right, girl. Thank you, Stacy. Good day to you. Thank you all for tuning in on Instagram. I appreciate that. Good day, Shay. Shay calls me a badass, y'all. I take it. I take it because this is what I know. It takes a badass to know a badass. That's what I know. So back at you, badass. Good day, Fee King. I hope you're doing well. Fee is saying, I am so ready, fully out loud, alive. Reach out to the Rev. All right. Thank you for that endorsement, Fee King, because we's ready. We is ready. Yes, we are. So this week we kind of been exploring our agreements because last week I did a replay of the Covenant series. And covenants are all about sacred agreements that we make with ourselves, sacred agreements that we make with the divine, sacred agreements that we make in relationships. It was about the sacred agreements. And so I just want to play with that a little bit more in the context of us preparing ourselves for how we want to, no, no. I was going to share one of my qualities, but I'm going to save it for tomorrow, like I said. Explore what we want to embody for 2024. what quality, what vibration, what energy you want to fully embody for 2024. And yesterday I did a full roll call of everybody's quality that you made the agreement to embody for 2023. And so we're kind of in assessment mode for the rest of December, just taking inventory of how has it been? What has shown up in your life as your quality? What have you demonstrated in your life as your quality? How did you show up with yourself? Did you keep your agreements? Right? And it's not an assessment to beat yourself up about it or give yourself a big old F for failure. No, it's all about learning, right? It's all about learning. And so I want to put us into the mindset of preparation for 2024. Because we're present right now, right? We're fully present right here and right now. And being present does not mean you don't prepare, okay? Being present doesn't mean you don't prepare. So let's get into prepared mode. So this morning I was looking at the word agreement a little bit more, and I want to share a couple of things that I discovered and rediscovered. And think about this in the context of contemplation for 2024, the feeling tone, right? The feeling tone that you are inviting to be activated within you more deeply and more fully, because it's all within us. You don't have to go out and find abundance. You don't have to go out and find compassion. You don't have to go out and find it. It is within you. It is already who you are. The question is the expression of it. How do you choose to express it? What are you doing? How are you being in the world and with yourself? Right? So that's what we're taking into contemplation. So I looked up the word agreement, and it means the state of being in accord and harmony in feeling. I love that. So, a state of being in accord. So, are you in accordance with what you say, what you do, what you think, the actions that you take, all of that? Are they in alignment? Are they in a state of accordance with your feeling tone, right? So I know in New Thought, there's a lot of emphasis on the thinking, and thinking is important, but so is feeling. The feeling tone is important, and it has been said that the feeling tone is the language of the universe. So we want to be really clear and conscious and deliberate about our vibration. To me, the feeling tone is the vibration that I am emitting out into the universe, right? It is my broadcasting system. So who's picking up on that frequency? Other people who are on a similar frequency as me. Those are the people, the things that I want to attract, that I want to tune in, right? So, agree, when I looked at the origins of the word agreement, breaks down into agree and meant. And agree means at will or pleasure. That's the origin of the word. And meant, as we know, in this case, is a suffix, and suffix denotes action, right? Or a resulting state. So, in essence, we could say an agreement is an action at will. So, I love the word will, and I especially love the word willingness. So, are you in a place within yourself, a willingness? Are you willing to be the quality? Are you willing? This is the assessment for 2023. whatever your qualities were, because some of us have more than one. So I can assess myself, right? My qualities for 2023 are love, law, and laughter, right? So did I take action in those areas? Was I in a position of being willing to do and be my quality or not? For many of us, it was like a ebb and a flow, like a little roller coaster, maybe a peak and a valley experience. And we just call that life. We just call that life, right? We just call that life. But do you have a willingness? So look at the activities of your will. And I'll give you another example. So it's been about a week or so since I've been to the gym, right? So last week, my daughter was sick. That's why we had the replays. And I was fully present for her because that is my agreement as her mother, that I will be fully present for her when she really, truly needs me in the way that she did, right? And so, what got put to the back burner was the gym. I wasn't going because I wasn't leaving her, right? That doesn't mean because I made that decision last week that once everything gets back to normal, she's well, that I decide, well, since I missed a whole week, I might as well wait until the new year to get started again because towards the end of the year, around the holidays, we're going to go to North Carolina and I won't be able to go to the gym then. So if I did go back this week, I would only really be going back like this week and maybe next week. And so why even do that? I just might as well. Okay. You know how we do that, right? You know how we talk ourselves out of the willingness, right? By being willy nilly. We talk ourselves out of the willingness by being willy nilly. I did not make an agreement with myself to be willy nilly. No, I made an agreement with myself. My quality is love, law, and laughter. The law is consistent, the law is reliable, right? So I must be consistent. I must be reliable. Imagine if the universal laws were willy nilly. Imagine that. It would be a hot mess up in here. And if my quality is laughter, then I could laugh at myself when I go through these conversations with myself. I could just laugh at myself like, girl, please get up, get yourself together, and get your butt to the gym and stop playing. Right? I could laugh about it instead of judging myself and making myself wrong and beating myself up about it and calling myself names and like, so this is what I mean by assessing how you were with yourself, especially throughout 2023 as it relates to embodying your quality. Embodying your quality. Are you in harmony with it on all levels? Yes? So I found this quote this morning and I love this quote because it's about being in action. The There is a component of agreements that get activated. They are alive. Our agreements are alive. Yes? And we breathe life into them. No dead agreements, right? We want full, vibrant agreements with ourselves because that is a reflection of how we want to live. So I found this quote this morning, and I don't know who said it. Part of it's from the Bible, and the other part someone made up. Got a call coming in. If faith without works is dead, willingness without action is fantasy. That last part right there. Willingness without action is fantasy. So are you living in a fantasy or are you living in the activity of your life? And all it takes is a willingness, not willpower. I did a whole series about willpower, right? I said, leave will alone. It is not about willpower. It's not about force. It is about a willingness within yourself, a tapping within to take action. Yes? So, was 2023 a fantasy for you because you didn't take any action? So, okay, good to know. What can I learn from that? And how can I apply that learning to 2024? Because we don't need to repeat unless, you're into repeating in that way. So, willingness without action is fantasy. Are you willing to have the willingness to keep your agreements through your works? Because faith without works is dead. So even having faith requires taking action. Even praying requires taking action. Even thinking requires taking action. We must be in the activity of the feeling tone, expressing it. Otherwise, it is dead. No life. So, what life you about? What life are you about? That's for you to decide. I'm just giving you an offering. I'm just giving you an offering. So we will keep this going. Tomorrow, I'm going to share my downloads for 2024 as far as the qualities that are kind of bubbling up for me. And if you have already what you are embodying for 2024, you could put it in the chat tomorrow and let me know. I know Sekou is already tuned in on abundance and comedy. So what's yours? And you can repeat 2023. It's all good. It's all good. So let me check in with y'all, and then we're going to check in with Sekou, and we're going to do some joy news. So I see you, Linda. Both of my qualities challenge me at times. I have been in agreement to accept the challenge. Growth has happened. Yes, Linda. Yes, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Let me see. Fee said, we do that. But no. Okay, that was reference to something I said earlier, but I don't remember what it was now, Fee. But yes, we maybe talking ourselves out of stuff. Maybe that was it. Yes. And then Fee, I endorse getting yourself to that gym. I endorse the message this morning. We need to be reminded. Yes, yes, we do. And Shay said, thank you for holding us accountable. Yes, Shay, thank you for bringing up that word accountable, because it is about being accountable to ourselves. And it's wonderful when you have people in your circle who support you in being accountable, right? Who kind of just pull your coattail a little bit, because there's so many people, you got to be careful about this, who want you to live in the fantasy. They want you to live in the fantasy with them, just talking, but not being about it. So be aware. Just be aware. All right? All right. So I'm going to all right, Shay. Shay says she's going to take that assessment. I think it'll be so good. Yes. Give yourself that gift for the holidays. Give yourself that gift. I don't think we spend enough time just being in a space where we're taking inventory, right? Just some self evaluation. It's really important. All right. So I'm going back and forth, Sekou, about having you come on now or doing Joy News and then having you come on. What do you think? He's like, all right, come on. So Sekou's going to join us now, and then we're going to do some joy news. There we go.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Sekou.
first of all,
Oh, wait,
bing,
let me put my headphones in so I can hear you. And if you're
bing,
with us on Instagram, you might want to jump over to YouTube, my YouTube channel, so you can see and you can hear Sekou, because right now he's holding up his medal.
yeah. Look at us. Look at us. I took my coat off so we black on black with our medals hanging. We doing it. We
Yeah.
doing it.
So you
Yeah.
see the difference. Sekou, hold up yours again.
Yeah.
So that's the in person at the New York City Marathon. That's what
Mhm.
Sekou is holding up. That is so beautiful. It looks so heavy, Sekou.
It's very heavy. It's very heavy. But you were there, Mel. You were there.
I
You
was
were
there.
there when they handed me this. You were there.
I was there.
You were there. You were there.
I was there. And it was fabulous. It was fabulous. So what do we want to talk about? Sekou, let's talk about agreements and inventory.
Wait, I want to say something quite quick.
Okay.
So just now you were talking about uh, um, your crowd, how they validate you, and sometimes they don't. There's folks that don't support you. Now this reminded me of something. I haven't thought about this in ages, but when I first started out working out, people were like, "Yeah, Sekou, go, Sekou, go, Sekou," and then I kept going, and then they stopped shouting for me. They just stopped. I was like, "Hey, folks, I still need the help. I still need the help. I still need the
Yeah.
quiet crickets." And I was like, "What is this?" And then I tell you what. One day I was out there. It was snowing, and I went running in the snow. It was torrential downpour of snow, right? All the snow coming down, and I ran through it. Don't you know all those people came out of nowhere like, "Did you run today? Did you run today?" And I was like, "Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Here's a photo. Here's a photo. Here's a memory report. Here's everything." Like, there's something about people that I don't know what you would call it, Mel, but there's something that like prevents them from giving their all to you or something like that. But I don't know what it is. But you've got to be willing to deal with yourself and with God. You got yourself and you got God. You got enough.
Yeah.
You got enough.
You know what it is? I think part of that is conditioning. And people's default, right? Our default mode is set to negativity.
Yes.
Our default mode is set to, being on the lookout, like, is the tiger going to attack me? Right? That primitive, default flight, fear, freeze. And so when things are going great, there might be rah, 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 but at some point, people are not typically wired to keep that going.
Yeah.
Like, just think about if someone posts something negative on social media. Like, it starts, like, the first sentence is like, "I can't believe this happened to me."
Right.
Right? Everybody, well,
Everybody.
many people are like, they will comment, they will like it, they will,
Exactly.
if they are engaged with this because they think it's something negative, right?
Yeah.
However, if you have a positive post and it starts off positive, there's less people who will
Yes.
have interaction with
Absolutely.
that. They've done research on this, y'all.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Less people will interact. So what people have started to do is they start off negative and then they weave in a positive message.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So it's like the negativity is the hook.
Yeah.
Right?
I was thinking about this today because yesterday I ended up in the hospital. It's a long story, but I ended up, getting another one of these things yesterday. And I posted some good pictures. I took some good pictures, and I'm like, I'm gonna post them with that negative thing, to get people to pay attention to what's happening to me as a man who's going through a stroke. I mean, I want people to read this stuff because they need to know this information. So I'm gonna start off with something like, I can't believe this happened to me, and I'm gonna delegate that to helping other people that have the same problem that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's see if let's let's test this out.
Let's test
Let's
this out.
let's test
Let's
this
test
out
this out. Let's test this
and
out.
see and
Yeah.
see. So I just
Yeah.
want to tell you what Linda's saying here. Sometimes when people see us as strong, the support they provide is not as evident. That is true too, Linda. The silent cheering us on. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We also need to be reminded to not rely on the accounts of others. You and God is the all. Buddha teaches us to not lean into things outside of ourselves for our sustainability. Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. Sorry, felt upon the accolades of others. Okay. They need to, mm, so they can so they can prepare themselves for future catastrophic occurrences. I can't believe this is Shay. This happened to me. I healed. I'll post that. Okay. They need to hear your story for themselves. Yeah. Like everything that people are saying, I get it. I just want to take us back to the point about having people around us who hold us accountable so that we don't find ourselves living in the fantasy,
Mm.
right? Those positive supportive people, you know, those are the people that are are really our cheerleaders because they're consistent,
Mm.
right? They show up consistently. All right. What else, say cool? What else you got?
I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. There was something else I had before that came up. Oh, right. So about the ambulance yesterday, something you said reminded me of this. I can't remember now. I'm sorry, but you mentioned. So what happened was one of the doctors was trying to figure out from when until when was I not doing the podcast, right? And was I not doing the show? And I was
Mhm.
like, wow, I haven't been asked that before. And so I was trying to divulge between the stroke and when I picked it up after the marathon, right? So I'm just doing this out loud, right? I'm trying to. She's like, wait a minute, you did a marathon? I was like, yeah. And she was like, you did the marathon then? I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh my God. She was like, and she was like, so caught up. And I thought about you, Rev Mel, because you talk about how these things just become part of my conversation now. It's become part of
Mhm.
my conversation. Marathon this, marathon that, every day this, every day that. And how it just naturally has become for me such that I don't even feel it that way anymore until someone else says, wait a minute, you did what? And that made me laugh. That made me laugh.
Yes, because it's oh, that's such a good example of a agreement because you came out of the stroke. And those of you who don't know, Sekou had a stroke, a major stroke that most people die from,
Yes.
July 14th of 2022. We're
Yes.
talking last year, y'all.
Yes.
And November of 2022, 4 months later, he ran the New York City Marathon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And within that period of time, Sekou, you made an agreement with yourself because you couldn't remember anything. He had full amnesia. He couldn't
Yeah.
remember even who he was.
No.
But he made an agreement with himself that would propel him forward.
Yes. Yes. I did. I did. I made that agreement with myself, and I set myself with a goal to pull me forward. Now I had enough of my goal, my to get off and to start it off right, but I had needed something to pull me. And what I had to pull me was the Guinness World Record of achievement for being the person who rose. How do I say it? Raised the most amount of
Yeah.
money, right, to pull me forward. And so when I got tired, I had that to pull me. When I got tired, I had that to pull me, and that made me get through it. And I did that marathon, much faster than I did this one, which is really incredible to me. I did that one fast because I was focused. I was like, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go. and I made it that way.
Yes, yes. And all the little agreements you made with yourself along the way. You know,
Mhm.
waking up in the hospital, seeing a wheelchair, you made an agreement. I will not
Mhm.
sit in that wheelchair. I will
Yes,
not,
yes. Let's
right?
just stay right there for a second because everybody hinges on that. There was a wheelchair in my room, and I told myself I will not sit in that wheelchair. This was before I remembered who I was, who these people were that were coming to see me. All I knew, my one agreement with myself was I would not sit in that wheelchair. And I gave the nurses the business about it. I gave them the business about it. But I would not sit in that wheelchair. I would not sit in that wheelchair.
Yes, so these agreements, it's just and there's so many more that Sekou has. These are the things when we talk about if faith without works is dead, willingness without action is a fantasy.
So one more time.
Willing if faith without works is dead, willingness without action is fantasy. So you could have woken up and say, I am not getting in that wheelchair. Right. And then a nurse comes in and says, okay, we got to put you in this wheelchair. And then you go and get in the wheelchair because the willingness without the action, without the follow through is
Mm,
just a fantasy.
mm.
It is not until we are in it, that we are in the action of it, that it becomes a reality.
Ashe, Ashe. Because there were many times when they tried to get me in the wheelchair, many times when they tried to get me to use the cane, and I had to fight back on both. I had to fight back. I had to take the action of fighting against it.
Yes,
Ashe.
because you had an image of yourself, right? That wasn't based in fantasy.
Mm,
You saw yourself as you wanted yourself to be.
mm.
You did not want yourself to be a person in a wheelchair. You wanted yourself to be able to walk, able to walk on your stand on your 2 feet. And you took action to ensure that that happened.
Ashe, Ashe, Mel. Ashe, well,
Yes, you
Mel,
did
yes.
that. You did that.
What you
And
said,
that right
Mel.
there is an inspiration to so many of us.
Ashe, Ashe, thank you.
You're welcome. So there's a lot of things popping up here from your fiance, Fee King.
He can.
Yes, Fee. Another sign that people will benefit from your story, your testimony.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Each and every one of us has a testimony.
Mm,
Each and every one of us has a testimony.
mm,
Yes. And Linda sharing, say cool, your inner core was strong and you found the drive to fully reconnect with it.
mm.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Oh, say cool. Look at the time. All
Okay.
right, everybody.
See you later.
You'll see what happens when we get together. Yeah, this is what happened like offline too. So
Yeah.
so Sekou's gonna be back tomorrow. Sekou, thank you, love. And we will do Joy News tomorrow. Also, we'll do Joy News because I want you to know what's coming up for 2024. And remember, we're in assessment mode. We're just checking ourselves out with love and with kindness. Yes. And we're thinking about our sacred agreements that we are making for 2024 and our willingness to be our quality. Yes. All right, y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Thank you, Fee. I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for being on Instagram. I'm sorry if you couldn't. I know you couldn't see and hear Sekou. So when I have Sekou or guest on, it's better to be on YouTube. All right. And Fee, I'll give you the last word. I'll be assessing the rest of December. Great reminder. You are welcome. All right, everybody. Peace and blessings, peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.